Hi, here at Fast Car we know all about Liqui Moly's range of engine oils and lubricants, but the company also makes a complete range of service sprays, greases and all sorts of stuff to keep your car in top condition. And today we're here at Academy Motorsport with Lewis, who's a race mechanic on the GT4 cars you see behind us, and he's going to talk us through how the team prepare each car for each race using a range of Liqui Moly products. So, Lewis, when it comes to race cars, obviously preparation is key.
Yeah.
Obviously, as they always say, to finish first you've got to finish. So take us through what happens from a race weekend. So if you just finish one weekend and you bring the cars back and you've got to get them ready for the next one, what do you guys do and how do you make sure that car is in its best possible condition to go out again?
Okay, so first thing, once we finish the race weekend, car comes out the truck, get out on the back, just give the whole car full degrease, full clean using the products here. Then we roll it into the workshop, get it on the ramp, start doing just visual inspections with bodywork and stuff, make sure everything's up to scratch, nice bodywork, no damage, nothing needs repairing. Then we go into doing like a sort of set down, so we set a patch up in the workshop, get the car on the patch. We have like a bot, so you've got to stick within certain legal requirements.
Well, so is that like ride height and toe and stuff like that,
Yeah, so you got to measure your ride height, cambers, toes, your weight of the car, all certain measurements. Once that's out of the way, car goes on the ramp, you can start tearing the car apart.
Okay.
So mainly go into take all the brakes and discs off.
And they come off after every, so before it goes out again, you take the brakes off, what do you do, clean them, put them back together again?
So we take them all off, clean them, use products like brake cleaner and give it a good spray. Make sure there's no major surface cracks on the discs. Check for play in the bells.
So I suppose it needs to be clean for looking if you like hairline cracks or anything like that. I suppose you're looking for future failure points and then eradicating those.
And then you start stripping the corners off, mainly suspension and the hubs.
So the hubs and the dampers come off after every race?
Every race weekend, get them super clean, just to have a visual inspection, see what's going on in the hubs. You're mainly looking for cracks, any damage to the hubs.
That's not accident damage we're talking like fatigue and hitting a curb too hard or anything like that,
and then you take the bearings out, degrease, re-grease the bearings.
Okay, so you literally use grease again every time you take them off and put it all back again?
Just to keep the bearings nice and smooth and no grittiness or any dirt in the grease.
Yeah,
so
again, because obviously if that overheats and wheel bearing fails, you ain't going to finish the race.
And that's the weekend done. So we also get the dampers apart, split the dampers into two because it has a body and a piston. So split them, check all the bores in the dampers. Check the surface of the piston, make sure there's no chips or marks or anything. So you pretty much
you use for that. You just use the cleaner again, I suppose, just to clean everything up and make sure it's all tidy.
You've got to make sure everything's clean, just so you have a proper visual inspection and make sure there's nothing's going to fail out on track. And then once that's all done, all the corners can go back on, and then use all certain Loctites.
Yeah, just looking at that. So when you put it back together, you use a bit of that, obviously, to make sure it doesn't come undone again.
Certain bolts and certain tensile, and there's a certain chart you stick to. There's different types of Loctites you use just to make sure the bolts don't come loose on the track. Yeah,
and obviously then you replace all the oils and fluids and stuff with fresh fluids as well after each meeting, I suppose.
Yeah, so after every race weekend, drain all the fluids, engine oil, gearbox oil, differential oil. Then we inspect the oil as it comes out. So we put it through a gauze filter and inspect if there's any, hopefully not, shiny
I suppose
bits.
You can learn a lot about the condition of the engine, gearbox and whatever else, the oil,
Replace the oil filter, check what's inside, make sure there's nothing to worry about. No chunks of metal or shiny bits or anything like that. Then fresh fluid goes in, ready for the race weekend. And then pretty much once all the fluids are changed and replaced, we move over to the engine bay.
I suppose that's where electric spray comes in.
So you can't predict the weather on a race weekend, but it's nice just to keep everything water repellent anyway. So
the last thing you want to do is a wet connection causing you a misfire or something that's going to cost you a race. So it's that preventative maintenance, I suppose, isn't it? It's go in there, it's not going to hurt anything, but it may stop you having an issue on race day.
Yeah, of course, So
cool. So how long does that process normally take? Obviously, it depends whether you've got a race weekend the following weekend or not. But typically from unloading the truck and getting ready to go back into the truck, how long does that take?
So so we finished Silverstone last weekend.
Yeah.
And we got a race weekend this weekend coming now. So
you're talking 2 week turnaround.
Yeah, around 2.
But that race weekend is in Italy, so there's about 4 days driving to get there.
Yeah. So it's mostly, roughly, you prep a car. It's like 4 or 5 days prep.
Yeah. So obviously there's a lot that goes into preparing a race car for a race weekend, as we kind of knew.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you won't need to go to this level of detail, this attention to detail with a road car. But if you are planning on taking your car on track, for example, at say something like Ford Fair at Silverstone on August the 11th, then spending an afternoon just checking everything, just checking the details, cleaning stuff, spotting any sort of potential failure points is going to ensure that 1, your car is nice and safe and it keeps you safe on track, and 2, that your car is performing at its best throughout your entire track session, giving you the best possible time on track. So thanks to Lewis for showing us around the race cars and showing us how you get a race car ready for a race weekend. And don't forget, all of these products are applicable for your road car too, whether you're going on track or just general road use. So don't forget to head to liquimoly.com and see which products are suitable for you.